Mercy, people. Good morning. Hi, John. Hi, Ramona. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. Oh. The Milton City Council meeting, the gift that keeps on giving. If you hang in it long enough, it does pay off. It does pay off. People are going to... You will not be disappointed. Sharon Holly will do Sharon Holly stuff. And it is a gift that keeps on giving. Good morning. Good to have you with us, risers. Welcome to the program. Hey, I'm Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. The telephone number to call is 850-771-0049. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Milton Post for hosting and all the other various sundry pages that share our morning whatever. No biting. Nice one, Cassandra. Nice one. Yeah, I got bits and pieces of it. The fangs and claws come out of the city council. It is certain people do cause the issue. Wow. Pretty cray-cray, and I want to talk about that. Get your thoughts on that. You can call in. And, okay, Corey, you're back in Lafayette. We enjoyed meeting you and having dinner with you. Thank you so much. God bless you. All right. Your forecast for today. Areas of dense fog this morning. Isolated thunderstorms during this morning, becoming widespread this afternoon. High around 70. The chance of rain is 70%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms with some fog late. Areas of dense fog, low near 62. The chance of rain 30%. And then tomorrow, few showers in the morning, scattered thunderstorms arriving in the afternoon, high near 70. The chance of rain tomorrow, 40%. It's 58 in Milton, 59 Gulf Breeze, 60 Navarre, and 58 in Pensacola. It looks like some fog going on, so be cautious. All right. New York City Councilwoman wants to completely defund the police where the city doesn't pay them at all. But it's New York City. It's already in chaos. So I don't. Yeah. Well, it didn't make a difference. Holly is a superstar for Crazy Entertainment. She is 3 scoops of crazy. She is 3 scoops of crazy with sprinkles on top. And want to get your thoughts this morning. Call in 850-771-0049. Get your little, I want to get your thoughts on that. So what, because I was in and out, what prompted bite me? What prompted that? Because it did get a little, that gets personal. It's just the weirdest. It is just the weirdest. So we'll talk about that. City of Milton voted to remove the red light cameras. They did agree on that. The issue was brought forward by Councilwoman Shannon Rice. Only Holly and Jordan voted to keep the cameras. Now, why do they want to keep the cameras? You see what I'm saying? They choose the opposition. They choose the opposing thing that nobody else. Who in town wants the cameras? Does anybody in town go, oh my gosh, we need those cameras? No, Holly and Jordan do. For what reason? 3 scoops, crazy sprinkles. But the gun issue, no. Can't do that after heated debate, nope. Even though we're a sanctuary county, Milton can't jump on board with that. We support guns in theory, but when it comes down to it, we can't. Jeff Snow called out the mayor and Holly having off-mic conversation. A sunshine law, exactly. and her reaction was bite me. Fine them. Fine them. If they broke that law, fine them. Bite that. Bite that. There is no reason for Sharon Holley to be on the city council. None. What does she bring to the table? Does she bring anything? Does she do anything for her district or her area? No. Does she do anything for the town? No. Was trying to put a Guy Thompson supporter on a few boards. Wow. Let me just say this. Too soon. You can't. She has. Every time she opens her mouth, my skin crawls. We got Jeff Snow on the phone. Good morning, Mr. Snow. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Nick. How are you?
All right. It was interesting again last night.
Long night, so you know who was at the meeting then.
No, you are not lying, my friend. So
executive took 2 hours. That took 4 hours. So you know who showed up.
My goodness. And it's unnecessary. It doesn't need to take that long. It does not need to take that long. So what is...
Sometimes it does, but most of 90% of the time, no, it doesn't.
Right. All right. So give me the highlights.
I can't remember all the highlights, Nick. It was a whirlwind last night. A lot of emotion. I got the same stuff from Holly and the mayor as usual. They can talk off mic, and then of course, unfortunately, Miss Holly does have a family member that's not doing well, and they blame that for the reason of them talking off mic. But there's continuous talking off mic long before that. She decided to leave the meeting at the very end again. So,
oh my gosh,
that's just an excuse,
what is the rule? I mean, if there isn't a rule, there needs to be a rule. You sit your butt in your seat and do your job.
Well, if I do that, then some of the people that don't support me will be filing a sunshine law violation against me, even if it's true. Well, it's not true, but I've gotten several of those.
I know. I understand that. But here's the thing.
It's just unprofessional.
Sure.
Councilwoman Rice, I believe, was talking at that time, and they were loud enough to where it was disruptive. So,
wow.
Normal stuff out of them, that do as I say, not as I do mentality.
Right. But what do you do about Holly leaving early? I mean, there's that's
up to the citizens.
Oh my gosh.
I
mean, the meetings run better without her. The meetings run better without her, undoubtedly. Which is good when she leaves, and it's entertaining when she leaves, but it's I mean, that's not good for her, for the people that voted her in. It's ridiculous.
No,
they're not being represented.
The citizens. Yeah, I mean, I can't control her.
Right.
The mayor couldn't control her last night, just trying to get her to make a vote because she was like, well, I didn't have the information about making this vote. Well, yes, she does. She says that numerous times. It's in her packet. She is the admin chair. She should know what's in the packet.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's another stall tactic to do the things that they've always done over all the years. And thank goodness it's actually getting less and less. I know we do have our theatrics with our meetings, but Milton really is on the right track of getting to where we need to be. And, there's a lot of good things with a few speed bumps here and there.
Yeah.
I the mayor didn't want to answer last night after we had the debate over the, I think it's 823. Basically, she's always about giving us her opinion and of, concerns and, but she didn't want to give it last night. She didn't want to. I just asked her for yes or no. Does she support the bill or not? Of course, she said, he hauled around lawyer talk, elitist socialist talk. I have to look at it further. Well, as I explained to her, you are an attorney. You should have went through these 22 pages like it's nothing compared to what we do. We can come up with an answer. Why can't you? So it's another,
it's
say you're one thing, but you're really something else.
And I don't mind. I don't mind people doing a measured response. I don't mind that. However, this is not something that just sprung up out of the blue. This is a that decision, a thought from her should have happened when the county voted to be a sanctuary county. So it shouldn't be a surprise to her.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, so she, I don't know. It's just every time with her.
Yeah. So, no, that's right. I'm sorry. So the red light cameras are you voted on that and pretty much agreed on that, except for a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
What was their support of the cameras? They don't want to remove the cameras, Holly and Jordan. Why do they want to keep them?
Their support was basically, if you run a red light, you deserve the ticket, and all of that. I kind of, I went back and forth a little bit myself on it. I'm about, if you run the light itself, the numbers are very. I mean, you have 2 million cars go through there a month, and basically 260 tickets. I like not necessarily given the tickets. I think there, after some other explanations last night, longer yellow lights, where the yellow light takes a little bit longer to change. The countdown really probably get you a better result of what you're really looking for in those intersections.
Yeah. Are you looking for
go that route?
Right. Are you looking for money? Or are you looking for safety? That's the thing. What are you looking to produce?
The money was not going. It's one thing if, you had $2 million going to the state, and you got $2 million going to the company out in wherever they're from, Arizona or whatever.
Right.
At least if you're going to have something like that, the local area ought to benefit. We got crumbs, as I said last night. I think, I don't know. We just say we made 100,000. I have to look at the number. Sorry, I'm still a little tired from last night.
That's I got you.
It was nothing that truly helps the local area whatsoever to put back into safety or anything that would actually matter.
Right.
In the long term, that I see.
Yeah, I get it. Anything else of vitalness that came out of last night?
It's just the whole atmosphere that those two bring to that council. Unfortunately, very hypocritical. Going to boycott the last meeting due to COVID. Of course, they didn't have anything to bring us up against that since, there was a downward tick apparently in all the numbers since the parade.
Yeah.
They run most of their agenda based on fear. What if? And I'm just I'm not going to live like that. And most of the council doesn't live like that either. So,
right.
So same stuff.
It makes me sad now, but I get it. They don't want to after the parade, and they're like, "Oh well, numbers are down. We were, we're happy that is true. We thought it was going to happen the other way, but good. Congratulations to Milton to having a good. None of that. Didn't hear any of that, did you?
She's all about tearing Milton down. She does nothing to promote Milton. She has done nothing as far as that concern. All she tries, her whole agenda is to try to shame me and others, mainly me. Again, she's a hypocrite. When she was under quarantine, I literally saw her myself driving out of her neighborhood. So, again, do as I say, not as I do.
Yep.
And there's numerous other examples of her doing the exact same thing, but telling everybody else what to do. Kind of like the California governor. Don't have parties, but I'll have my own. You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely. It's just unfortunate. It is unfortunate because there's so many good things that are happening in Milton. Everybody should be.
It is. Oh, yeah. We did get the community award from the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
this past
absolutely.
Year for the city of Milton for all the great things that have been done or been going on for the last 4 years, and that's a great accomplishment for our city that was on a downward turn for so long. I mean, it's amazing what our staff and employees and basically the community working together, the citizens taking their city back and demanding more, and they should expect more. Of course, we're not always going to agree, but I think we're all on the right track of getting where we need to be. There's so many exciting things right on the near future for Milton, and I can't wait to be able to announce some of those things.
Yeah. And here's, I don't understand. I mean, I understand politics, but I don't understand politicians in their mindset when, even if you're in opposition to some of this stuff, you open your eyes, you can see what's going on around you. You see there's good things happening. Things are moving forward. Most politicians, you would think in the old days, they would jump on the bandwagon. I'm for it all along, and just go with it and ride that wave. Some people can't get it through their head. Just, politicians used to be able to change with the wind. They can't anymore.
Well, Nick, it used to be, I've said this a lot. I don't mind an honest disagreement. I respect all those with an honest disagreement. But most of the disagreement that comes from Holly, Jordan, and our mayor basically is all just out of hate of who they don't like on the other side of the aisle. And it doesn't matter what goodness we bring to the city or help try to bring, they're not going to support it no matter what. And their actions prove it. You know what I mean? They fight us. And
I know.
And I know you're not a Splash Pad fan, and that's okay. But you know what? I know. We would have had that literally a year before if it wasn't for their nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's truly amazing. I just shake my head, and but the bottom line, we're only as good as what the citizens help send there to sit with us to make common sense and good decisions for our city.
Right.
And it's all a heart issue.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Everybody goes, what's it take to be a local politician? Or I say any politician. And I say start with a good heart and common sense, and anyone can do it. And be willing to serve. Because it's definitely not worth the pay. But but seeing our city grow and all the great things happening, and all of us working together, because it truly takes all of us. Those 8 or 9 people sitting up on that board are not going to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
By any means. But it is our job to make it as easy as possible with common sense logic, moving the city forward.
Yeah. Well, and then let me throw this in on being a politician as well. Win gracefully, lose gracefully, and be able to separate your personal feelings from some of this stuff. So just because we disagree on things.
Yeah,
like
that's one of those common sense things.
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah.
That doesn't always go into play. So.
We just because we disagree on things doesn't mean we can't hang out and just enjoy each other's company and laugh and enjoy each other. That's just, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Right. You should agree with me all the time.
I know. That's what my wife says. That's what my wife says.
Well, actually, I was going to say that about my wife also.
All right,
well,
sir.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate the Milton Post. Definitely appreciate them keeping all the local citizens really informed about what's going on here, and you're a big part of that. So I really appreciate all of you guys.
All right, God bless you. Jeff Snow with Milton City Council. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anytime.
All right, so there you go. And it's weird to me why people are not able to just do business. Yeah, it's always got to be a gotcha. It's always got to be always an ordeal. And I appreciate those who go to handle business and not just self-promotion. 850-771-0049. If you got a different opinion, that's fine. You could call in. We'll talk to you. Somebody say, oh, I can't call in because no, you got a different opinion. You can call in. I don't, you could disagree. I'm used to people disagree with me. Again, I'm married. It's all right. 850-771-0049. Separate petitions to rename the Navarre Beach Bridge stirred up controversy at the Santa Rosa County Commission on Tuesday. Residents spoke out about competing competitions aiming to rename the Navarre Beach Causeway. Tony Hughes' position wants to honor air commandos, specifically Technical Sergeant John Chapman, whose family lives in Navarre. He was a posthumous Medal of Honor recipient. This is something that's good. This is something that if you decide to take this action, something that will make 13,000 people that are your constituents, your voters, your citizens very happy, said Hughes. But it says the intent behind Hughes's request is in question. I do not like, I don't like casting, questioning people's motives. I just don't. This doesn't seem to be motivated by anything. Now, they said, well, it didn't come up until after we brought up the Trump thing. They want to name it the Donald J. Trump Causeway or whatever. And he didn't bring it up until then. That doesn't mean he's got an ulterior motive. It just means like, hey, this may be a little more local. Just don't cast aspersions on people when you don't have a reason to. Now, again, it's a bridge. It's a bridge. Do we need to rename it? Does it need to be named the Donald Trump Bridge? No. I know we had the flotilla. I get it. But does it have to be named the Donald? It doesn't. The Chappie James Bridge, you know it as a 3-mile bridge. That is Skanska out. It should be called the Skanska Bridge. Hurricane Sally Bridge. I don't know. But does anybody call it the Chappie James Bridge? Nobody. I just leave it alone. Exactly, Rose. You and I are in absolute agreement. Just leave it alone. Oh. So ridiculous. Oh, here you go. Bridgie McBridgeface. That came up back, oh my gosh, before they renamed the bridge. That was way back. When was that? 2019? No, early 2019 or late 2018. Bridgie McBridgeface. Was that you that suggested that the first time, Justin? Because I remember that coming up. Almost 8% of students in the Santa Rosa County School District this year identify as Hispanic. but only 1.5 of the district's teachers are Hispanic. Oh my gosh, the disparity. So you got 8% of students that identify as Hispanic, and only 1.5% of the district's teachers are Hispanic. Oh my gosh. We need to call the ACLU. I don't know. That disparity, teachers not reflecting the students they're educating, is among the issues district leaders and employees hope to address with new Equity and Cultural Sensitivity Committee. Oh my gosh, shoot me now. Shoot me now. The new Equity and Cultural Sensitivity Committee. Let me tell you something, Santa Rosa School District. Why don't you get your poop in a group on the, virtual learning? Why don't you, whatever happened with the sex that was going on in the school? Did you ever get that figured out? Or did it just get brushed away? Yeah, I don't think, in the great scheme of things, that we have to have teachers. Why? I thought we were supposed to do away with color. No, nobody has color. Everybody's the same. So why is it that we have to have an equal number of teachers to the number of students percentage-wise? Anybody? Can anybody tell me that? We want to make sure, again, that all of our students have every opportunity for success. So that means that we have to have an equal percentage of teachers racially to students. Yes? Does that make sense? Why does that equal success? Why does race equal success? I thought maybe the quality of the education. I think the school district gets dumber every day. Why don't you teach the students? Why don't you, let's say, teach a history class with actual history? Why don't you teach, math, science? She's a doctor. I know. She's a doctor. I just think this is the dumbest thing ever, that you have to have the exact percentage or the percentage equity, or that you even have to have listen, if you're dumb enough to be on the new Equity and Cultural Sensitivity Committee, yeah, it's pretty dumb. We expect to see that reflected in graduation rates, opportunities to take advanced classes, opportunities to get industry certifications, access to internet services, said school board chairwoman Uberschauer, who's a member of the new committee. Dumb. I hope people see the effects of this across the spectrum of all aspects of our school environments. That is a dumb statement. Dumb. Listen, I want some of you to run for school board. And when they say, what are your qualifications? All you have to do is say common sense. Common sense. I don't put race over anything. I'm not going to advance one group over another. I'm not going to put forward stupid comments like Uberschauer. I'm just not going to do it. You'll win. The committee will focus on improving equity in 5 major areas: instructional materials, instructional practices, hiring practices, access to high-quality education, and community support and involvement. For their purposes, they will look at equity as it relates to race or ethnicity, socioeconomic background, disability, religion, and geographic location, among other categories. Why don't you just teach the kids? What about that? Just all we ask is that you do what we send our kids. I don't want your garbage. I don't want your Democratic, liberal. I just want you to teach my kids how to read and write. and process a thought, not your thought, not the Democrats' thought, to be able to process their own thought. That is what you're put there for. Minorities should be offended. Voting Democrats is bringing in destruction. Yeah. Don't lose your soul. 850-771-0049. Can you believe how dumb that's in Santa Rosa, people? That's in Santa Rosa. School counselors and mental health professionals are seeing surges in demand for their services as a growing number of students struggle with the stresses of the coronavirus pandemic in a school year unlike any other. In both the Escambia and Santa Rosa counties, the number of students referred to or receiving mental health services in the first 5 months of the school year is already close to the total served in the entire 2019-2020 school year. And there's almost 4 months left in the school year. Now, if you go back to the previous story, no wonder there's mental health issues. Because you've got mental health issues on the school board. Now, they're saying it's COVID. I've got a lot of questions about an increase in anxiety. Just seems to... Now, is anxiety a mental health issue? Or is it because we're sticking it in their face all the time? Just because you get some anxiety does not mean you're mentally off or need help. I think a lot of this has to do with COVID. We shut down our country. Our parents lost jobs. Some of them have gone back to work, but not all of them. The uncertainty of, am I going to have food on the table? Oh, the food insecurity card. And while that's uncertainty for a parent, it trickles down to their kids. In the Escambia County School District so far this year, 1,113 students have referred to mental health services compared to 1,481 last year. And in Santa Rosa County Schools, this school year, 1,932 students have received services, and last year it was 2,052. Teach them to count money. Teach them to balance a checkbook. There's tons to get out, jobs, get them work. Load them up with Adderall. Is what the memo says. Put it in a little Pez dispenser. Check it out. Toilet paper insecurity is a real thing. I knew what you meant. I called it Adderall. Kate, it's Adderall. We understand what it is. It's from worrying too much, and it is from worrying too much. But who has done that? Who has done that? The Democrats have done that. The school system has done that. Am I going to get sent home today? Am I going to be quarantined? Am I going to flunk because the public school system can't wrap their head around virtual learning, which has been around for years now? Years. Because the school system is not savvy enough to grasp it. You tell me. 850-771-0049. The Florida Department of Health releases a daily report of the latest COVID-19 numbers for the state. A professor Channel 3 spoke with says it can be hard to know what those numbers mean. To date, the Florida Department of Health reports over 560 others have died from the virus in Escambia County and over 28,000 in the state. But just how bad is the pandemic here? How's our county doing relative to the state? How's our state doing relative to the country? So Salimi is an associate professor of epidemiology at the University of South Florida. In epidemiology, we do what's called age adjustment. Data sets compare the COVID-19 death rates by county. So let me find the rate chart. So here you go. Here's the rate chart. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get rid of this so you can see it. So you can see here, Escambia County ranks number 1. 17.1% of population 65 plus years. COVID-19 deaths per 100,000, 194.8. Now, but hear the rest of the story. The report lists Escambia County with the highest rate in the state, but Salimi's math included non-resident deaths, which account for over 9% in Escambia County. Non-resident deaths. Without those, it drops to 17th place. A reminder that numbers need context. Do you know, I know, Corey, another chart, but this kind of tells a story. So Escambia, without the non-resident deaths, which is 9%, that makes Escambia drop to 17th place. All the COVID numbers that have been given, all COVID numbers that have been given since the beginning of this thing have lacked context. They don't tell you what's behind the numbers. All the deaths they're showing you on CNN lack context. What is in those numbers? What are in those numbers? And they won't tell you. It is BS. But they are admitting now the numbers lack context. How many is not COVID but placed on the COVID rolls? Exactly. Context. Context. And that's why it's important that he said that. Well, you got to take it in context. Oh, really interesting. Absolutely interesting. 850-771-0049. District 1 medical examiner's office says their morgue is overflowing. Hear this. The medical examiner says they've been slammed during the pandemic and they're running out of space. We literally do not have a place to put people if we were to get more people to work for us, says medical examiner Dr. Deanna Olsky. The doctor says, worst of all, they've also run out of space for bodies. She tells Channel 3 more than 40 bodies are being stored in their cooler and they're over capacity. This one office serves Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, Walton counties. The pandemic has spread their limited resources very thin. Escambia County saw a 70% increase in deaths in 2020 compared to 2019. The doctor says because of COVID deaths, an increase in drug overdoses, and too many people dying after waiting too long to see a doctor during the pandemic. So it's not because they're dying from COVID. Sorry. The difference is substantial, said Oleski. It went from one doctor, could do all the cases on a Monday, to we need 2 doctors to do all those cases, to even carry them over to the next day. I want you to see this. This is what Renee Beninati. Did I have it? Where'd she go? Let me find this Renee Beninati clip. Where did it go? I lost it. It's so important because Renee is walking through the morgue, but there's really nothing there. There's nothing there. It's really fascinating when you see what she's doing. Let me grab this real quick. Here it is. I'm going to show it. All right, here we go. I want you to watch. Look at the morgue. I want you to see the morgue. They're talking about how overcrowded they are. They can't keep up. Look at the morgue.
This is the morgue where autopsies are conducted on tables like this one. The medical examiner says they've been slammed during the pandemic and they're running out of space.
So, does it look like they're running out of space? Now, I know they can't show bodies, but it doesn't look like it's in disarray. Do you think that they stopped everything down? Let's put the bodies away. Let's stop and clean everything up so Renee could come in and shoot a little clip for the news. Do you really think that? Does anybody think that? Look at the table. Plenty of room. That's what it looks like to me. Now, they also were talking about, well, we need another building. And we need another building, and we need to get that taken care of. And but look, how much time does it take to get another building? Right? And if you do that, it's not. You're past the pandemic. You're past the issue that you needed the building for. It's just ridiculous. There is no common sense, Corey. Sharon. It's gone. Common sense is out the window. It is gone bye-bye. And but that's it is about money. It is about money. Craziness. 850-771-0049. Oi, oi, oi. Renee working that Botox. That's not very nice. She's very nice. She's very nice. Former President Trump was furious and beyond angry over his defense team showing on day one of his second impeachment trial, despite his ultimate acquittal almost certain. The sources who spent time with Trump said he was particularly incensed with the effort thus far by his attorney, Bruce Castor. Trump believes Castor gave a rambling opening argument. They said Castor's 45-minute opening remarks were widely panned on social media after he praised the House impeachment managers for a job well done. The American people just spoke, and they just changed administrations, Castor said at one point. He said the public's smart enough to pick a new administration if they don't like the old one, and they just did. What are you talking about? Castor's comment prompted the Associated Press to run the headline, Trump never conceded he lost, but his impeachment lawyer just did. Ted Cruz said Rep. Jamie Raskin, the lead impeachment manager, was impressive and is a serious lawyer. He said Trump's team did not have the most effective performance. I know, Sharon. Why did he not use Dershowitz again? There's plenty of people that were. Dershowitz did a booming job last time. Let him do it again, and I think it lends more credibility to have Dershowitz out there who saw the attack on Trump. Dershowitz is a Democrat. He's a Democrat, and he saw the attack on Trump for what it was. I don't understand what that reason is. At least 36 people may have developed a rare blood disorder known as immune thrombo. I figured it out earlier. It's a blood disease, ITP, after taking either Pfizer or BioNTech or Moderna's COVID-19 vaccines, according to the report. The condition develops when the immune system attacks platelets and blood component essential for clotting or the cells that create them. According to the New York Times, the cases were reported to VAERS, the government's vaccine adverse event reporting system, at the end of January. However, the system relies on individuals to send in reports of their experience to the CDC and FDA and does not indicate whether vaccines actually cause the problems. But it just seems odd. Yes? Does it seem that Milton Post, my cousin Vinny's available for supporting Trump. But you've got a rare blood disorder that is showing up in people that are getting the vaccine. Now, do we know that it comes from the vaccine? No. Common sense, the thing that has left the building, would tell you, you probably need to check that out. Now, if there is usually something that goes out like this, if there's a drug or if there's some kind of whatever that happens to get out in the public, and they say, oh, you know what? It's causing a heart problem. It's causing cancer. It's doing blah, blah, blah. Let's pull it until we figure it out. That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Any other drug, they would say, you know what? We need to pull this and check it out. It won't happen. They will just sweep it under the rug. You will have rare blood disorders in people that get the vaccine, but it will not be because of the vaccine. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked Tuesday to clarify President Joe Biden's plan to reopen K-8 schools within 100 days of his presidency. Remember, he said that we're going to open up schools. I want you to hear this. I want you to listen. Use common sense. Listen to this. Put that back down.
Opening up schools swiftly and safely. Could you help us understand what the White House's or what the president's definition of open schools is? Does it mean
what is the definition of open schools?
In classroom teaching, students in classroom, or does it just mean kids in classroom with a remote screen? Help us understand.
Sure. His goal that he set is to have the majority of schools, so more than 50%, open by day 100.
50%. Now, she says more than 50% here, but she changes that in a little bit. Hold on.
And that means some teaching in classrooms. So at least one day a week. Hopefully it's more. And obviously it is as much as is safe in each school and local district.
When you say some teaching, you didn't use the same majority qualifier there. You just have to have some teaching in school, some teachers in school, not the majority of teachers in school and the majority of classrooms.
Well, teaching at least one day a week in the majority of schools.
Oh, teaching 1 day a week. 50% teaching 1 day a week. That's what he means by opening up schools, getting schools open back up again by day 100. 1 day a week, 50%.
By day 100.
Okay, and that's in-person teaching?
In-person teaching, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Go ahead.
So 1 day a week, 50%. So if you're at 50.5, that's a majority of schools. He's going to tout. Now I want to know how many schools, what percentage are we at right now? That is what I want to know. I want to know what the percentage is right now so you can measure the success of this feeble-minded president. I want to know what the percentage is right now. Is it 49.9%? Is it 50%? He wants more than 50%. Is it 50% right now? 50%, a little bit more than 50%, at least 1 day a week in-person teaching. Success. Oh my. I want to know, before you measure that success, you say, we did it. Day 100, we did it. We did it early. We did it day 99. We hit it early. That's how awesome we are. Where are we now? You see how they are parsing things. And I will tell you, while that was a good starting question, there was no follow-up. There should have been a follow-up. What percentage are we at right now so we know what we're looking at? Nothing. Oh. Elon University in North Carolina has canceled an event for white people to process their complicity in injustice because the meeting would exclude other races. This gets better every day. They've canceled an event for white people to process their complicity in injustice because the meeting would exclude other races. Young America's Foundation Tuesday revealed the White Caucus event, publishing an email that specified the event was intended for white and white-identifying individuals to speak openly and avoid re-traumatizing people of color. White caucuses give people a space to learn about and process their awareness of and complicity in unjust systems without harming their friends of color. Elon University today learned of the program being organized by a group of students in the School of Education who wanted to hold candid, confidential discussions about racism without victimizing those of other races. And in doing so, they victimize people of other races. Do you get it? Do you get it? We want to be sensitive to people of other races. And so we are having a white caucus where we can talk about injustice and racism and without re-traumatizing our friends of color. And in doing so, you cut out people of color and you are a white supremacist. I know, Corey. It is what? It is craziness. Elon's policies prohibit discrimination on basis of race, age, color, creed, sex, national or ethnic origin, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or veteran status. Because a student-led program would have excluded non-white individuals, it would be at odds with the university's policies and will not be held. You can't write that for a sketch comedy show. You cannot write stuff like that. Yeah, you can. You can, Corey. You can tell him I said so. What about the Black Caucus? That's different. That is different, Sharon. You cannot do that. Whitey's getting uppity. Listen to this. Yeah, I know. That's different. You black only grad. That's fine. If the Dems had a brain, they take it out and play with it, but they don't. Okay, get this. You're gonna love this. Sunday's Super Bowl between Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs capped off a disappointing financial year for the National Football League by posting the worst viewership for a championship game in 15 years. And ratings among the worst ever. According to figures released Tuesday by CBS Sports, America's biggest broadcast event garnered a total audience of 96.4 million viewers on Sunday night, a 5% drop-off from last year's Super Bowl on Fox, and well below the 114.4 million audience that tuned in for the most-watched Super Bowl in 2015. The big game was the first in more than a decade that failed to attract more than 100 million viewers, and was the least-watched Super Bowl since 2007, when 93.18 million tuned in to watch the Colts defeat the Bears. In fact, if the viewership hadn't been buoyed by the largest ever cohort of 5.7 million online streamers, ratings would have been worse. According to Nielsen, it's the lowest. They earned the lowest household rating, 38.2, since 1969, when the league was 3 years old. In his report, Deadline noted that the poor showing isn't necessarily a surprise, given the fact that ratings were down 10% all year. In December, the ratings plunge forced networks to slash and ad prices and scramble to make advertisers happy. At the time, the entertainment news outlet suggested that backlash from some fans over the league's social justice efforts, including its embrace of Black Lives Matter, was a contributing factor. Now, let me ask you a question. They did count the cardboard people, Kim. You have people that have been cooped up for a year, looking for a reason to celebrate. Yes? Yes. The Super Bowl allows people to do just that. The Super Bowl allows people to celebrate. Why would they not do so? Unless they have had it up to here. They've had it with the kneeling. They've had it with the public displays of I'm woke, of Roger Goodell and the National Football League caving to their demands. Done. They're done with it. And all people want is entertain me. Just entertain me. Devil worshiping halftime show. I don't know. I heard it just stank on ice. Nobody gets it. Again, they had people with masks on, like their face was bandaged up. He was trying to do some kind of crazy statement. Nobody knows what it was. Congratulations, NFL. You woke yourself to the tune of millions, if not billions of dollars. It cost you viewers, fans, and money. Congratulations. I hope you got what you wanted. Because nobody cares about your wokeness. I wish that they would ask the question, what do you think we should do? What do you think the NFL should do? That should be a question from the NFL. Worst halftime show with jock straps on their faces. They should wrap their heads with toilet paper. The NFL should do a survey monkey. Do you agree with the wokeness from the NFL? Do you think we should kneel at the so here's how dumb it got. So don't kneel. To battle this, because it offends people, we just won't air the national anthem. That's their solution. In the contract for the NFL that all the players sign, you will not diminish the NFL. So if you do, you're in violation of your contract, and it's done. So you're costing the NFL money, you're done. All right. We have changed this. We're changing it now. We're gonna enforce these contracts. You stand for the anthem. No, you don't get to stay in the locker room. You come out, you stand. You do anything that is deemed anti-American, you're done. NFL needs to know who their audience is. You need to know who your audience is. And they have lost contact with what made them. And you're paying the price. Lowest viewership in a long time. And it cost you bucks. And good. People are finished. Way to do it. All right, kids. Amount of Amber Alerts. I know there's a bunch of them. Yeah, we got to be careful. All right, kids. We will talk to you tomorrow. Stay strong. Share the video. Share it. And we hope to see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for more Sunrise Santa Rosa. God bless you. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. Bye.